Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Who that in the chat? You early. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you are doing well. If you are just joining, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the live stream, tap the live, and come on in. If this is your first time here, type new in the chat. If this is your first time seeing me live, type new in the chat. I'm going to see who we got in the building. Welcome in, welcome in. Listen, so many other girlies want to get to their bag. And I teach you guys how to do that through starting your own housing program. New? Okay, shout out to you, Cutter Mac. Come on in, YouTube. Come on in, YouTube. I'm on YouTube, I'm on FB, and I'm on TikTok. So in case you guys see me looking in different directions, but welcome in, welcome in. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Lane. I teach you guys how to create impact and income through starting your own housing program. This is the business, y'all, that has helped me become financially free. So now I get on here and I kind of teach you guys how you can start these up in your cities and your states because there's a need for housing everywhere. Hey, Lashina, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Feminine Rebuild said, Lane, girl, I got the bundle so good. I watched like 3 times. I'm so excited. Listen, we got some of my students in the chat. Lashina, was you on the meetup last night? Was you on the call last night? We had a call last night in the community. It was amazing. Listen, my community, my students do not play. When I tell y'all my students is really in the field, doing their biggest one, starting up their housing programs, becoming financially free, and impacting their community. If y'all not joining the winning team, I don't know what you're doing. If you ain't learning from the queen, I don't know what y'all doing. Because everybody learned it from here. So if you ain't learning from the queen, I hate that for you. But if you're just seeing me, my name is Lane. I'm based in Atlanta. I teach you guys how to create impact and income through starting your own housing program. Anybody can start this, y'all. I take everyday people with no experience, no credentials, no certifications, and I turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. And yes, you can definitely do this without being a nonprofit. No, you do not have to own the house. No, you don't have to be a group home. This is a new wave, y'all. We are starting independent housing programs. Some people may call this independent living, co-living, share housing, but this is a new wave, y'all. We're not starting up group homes no more. We're not starting up personal care homes no more. This is the new wave because anybody can come in this field and thrive. So I have students that are felons. I have students that have no experience. I have students that have bad credit. You don't even need to have good credit to set this up, y'all. So all these excuses that people be throwing out here, you don't need a whole lot of money. You don't need 40K in the bank. As long as you got a business mind and a heart to want to help people, you definitely can do this. You definitely can do this. Ingrid said, replay instant story. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Tiffany said, hey, how can I just join the community? So Tiffany, the only way to join my exclusive community, you have to be a student. And the only way to become a student is to either invest in my program or to purchase the bundle. So that's the only way. And listen, I'm very exclusive. I don't give everyone access to me. I only give my students access to me. So the only way to get access to me, you're going to have to spend some money. It's just as real as it gets. You're going to have to spend some money or you're going to have to become a student or be somebody that I want to get next to. So that's really the only way to get access to me, honestly. But Benita said, I finally caught you live. Yay, welcome in. Yeah, I'm kind of early today. I said, let me switch it up. I think I might take you guys to my houses later today. If you want to see one of my houses, drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want me to go live from my house later today. Because I want to see if I'm wasting my time or not. Because if not, I don't got to go live. I got business to handle anyway. Okay, we got some ones in the chat. All right. So I can't be on here all day with y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time today. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time, and then I'm gonna head to my next destination. Z said I have 60 more days of school left. Any forms? So Ingrid, I would say get the bundle if you want the forms too. Period. Hey Victoria. All right, y'all nosy today. I want to see the house. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the real live house, how I set it up and everything. Just do it, increase. Period. YouTube, let's hit the thumbs up on the live stream. I might not even leave this live up, so it don't even matter, but it's whatever. But I know I have a lot of new people in the chat. I wanted to come on here and let you guys know that you can get paid for your purpose. You can get paid to by providing safe housing to individuals in need. I've been doing this since 2021, y'all. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So, and honestly, I built this business. I built this baby from the ground up. The version of y'all see to me today, this is not overnight, y'all. This is not overnight. So do not compare your journey to my journey when you get started in this business. Gina said, Lane, thank you for your insight and inspiration. I'm starting my journey this summer. Let's go. We got a lot of action takers in the chat, and I love that for y'all. Listen, y'all, if you are not making a minimum of 10K a month through either your 9 to 5 or through a business, you need to be inside of this live stream. You need to be in this live stream because we are really creating impactful businesses and we get into a bag at the same time. And I always tell people there is nothing wrong with getting paid to help others. Like, where is this big misconception that you got to struggle because you helping somebody? No, we are living in our most wealthy era and we impacting our community and we live in our best life at the same time. Like, why you can't have it all? There is no reason. So I teach you guys how to create impactful businesses through starting your own housing program. No, you do not need to be a nonprofit to do this. No, you do not have to be a group home. No, you do not have to be a personal care home. I take everyday people and I make them impactful earners through starting their own housing program. Hi, I missed the last document, so have mercy, please. Listen, I'm cracking up. Y'all funny. I might run it back for y'all. I might run it back for y'all. Tell me more. Got to tell you more. Yeah. So that is hilarious. I might run the document. I might run the document sale back for y'all. That's why I gotta take action when I be. Listen, when I discount my products, y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta really take action because I won't be teaching this forever. Listen, y'all, this housing is only one part of me. There is so much more in store. We're going to elevate together. So you can watch me elevate or you can elevate with me. But either way, we going to the top. And that's why I tell my students, once you become a student of mine, it's automatic to the top for you just because you associated with me. Energy is contagious. That's why you need to be learning from the right mentor, the right people that's really in the field, not people up here just selling stuff and not really doing it. Listen, yes. How to be a student. So the way to become a student, you have to either invest in the replay or the bundle. I will definitely see you at the top. That part, Melissa. And listen, y'all, people be thinking it's a game. You have to be intentional about who you invest your money with because that person can take you far. And that's another thing. That's a good part about becoming a student of mine, y'all. When you become a student, you get ongoing support through my community. My community, we have free monthly meetups every single month where you can get help on your journey. So it's not you just purchasing something and I'm like, all right, beat it. That's it. So no, we actually hold your hand through the journey for free inside of those free monthly meetups, but you have to show up, so and we actually had a meetup last night. So I don't know if any of my students is in the chat tonight. V White says how. So it's in my bio on my page. Hey Viola. Hey Viola. Yeah, I'm out of my element today. I'm at a student. I got the replay. Shout out to you, Jordan. Period. Jordan, was you on the meetup last night? We had a call last night. Were you on the call last night? All right, so let me get into my segment, y'all. I'm getting distracted. Let me stay on task. All right. So for those that's in the chat, I'm going to teach you guys how you can get to 10K months through starting your own housing program. It's very simple, but you have to be willing to put in the work. Who the heck is? It's very simple, but you have to be willing to put in the work. Hey, Phenom. I'm on break, friend. Sister is tired. I'm cracking up. Listen, that's why I'm teaching y'all to build these businesses that can take you up out that 9 to 5. Can y'all hear me? I got a call. Can y'all hear me? Peace Queen, still killing it. That part, Melvin. Great question, Statman. I got something for that. Give me 1 second. So anybody could do this business. Statman just asked a great question, y'all. Statman said, what if you have a background, but you have a desire to make a difference? I have students that are felons. Listen, one of my students, Tony, he just came home last month. He already got a house. The sky is the limit. That's why I preach this to y'all. That's why I preach starting a business. That's why I preach starting a housing program, because anybody can get into this business and win. You don't have to. You ain't doing this with no group home, y'all. You ain't doing that with no personal care home. Anybody can, as long as you got a business mind and a heart to want to help people, you can thrive. You can thrive in this field. I have students that are felons that are killing it, got 2, 3 houses. I got a student that just came home from prison last month. So what is y'all excuse? Like, it's, you don't want it bad enough. If you clearly don't want it bad enough, we got people coming home from the prison out working, a lot of y'all. Like, what's going on? That's why you want to learn from the queen that really teach you how to get into this field and really level up and take off. Get around people that has more to you. That part. Miss Janelle said, I was driving when you opened up the bundle deal. Yeah, but listen, anybody, and that's why I preach this to y'all. Anybody can come in this business is and win. As long as you got a work ethic on you, the sky is the limit. Can't nobody cap your income. Can't nobody tell you how many houses you can have. Can't nobody tell you, oh, you can't do that. No, I've been doing this since 21, y'all. And even before I got into this field, my mentors that are local, they was doing this 10, 15 years ago. This is a thing, y'all. This is not new. I'm just bringing it to social media. I know I made it popular. I put a light on it, but people really been doing this, y'all. I just put my own spin to it. And that's why I come on here and I show you guys how to structure your home as a housing program. Nobody was talking housing programs until I stepped on the scene. Nobody was talking housing programs till I stepped on the scene. People was talking group homes. They was talking personal care homes. We not doing that. It's over with. I'm a real trendsetter. I really put people in position to win. And my students is a result of that. Listen, my students is in this chat. They got 2, 3 houses open with zero experience. They ain't went and get no certifications. They ain't have 40K in the bank. They just coming home from prison. So what we talking about? Success leave clues, but y'all still want to be waiting on the sideline while people is overtaking y'all and bypassing y'all. That's why I come on here and tell you, you could win with us, or you could watch us win. But either way, it's to the top for me and mine every single time. What's stopping you from making 10K a month? Your mindset. You not wanting to invest in yourself. You not wanting to put in the work. I'm not telling y'all it's going to be easy, but I'm telling y'all it's going to be worth it. I'm telling y'all it's going to be worth it. You have to build a business. You have to build your housing program from zero to up. I didn't get here overnight. I have 6 houses. Right now, I got 6 houses, 49 beds. I didn't get here overnight, y'all. This was a process. But I teach you that one house can change your life, y'all. If you do this right, one house can bring you over 6K a month. If you do it right. If you do it right. So I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. So what does that mean? The way that I set my homes and my rooms up, y'all, is 2 individuals to 1 room. Yes, there are grown independent people that are willing to share a room. Yes, there are. And you might be thinking, well, you talking about housing homeless people. Homeless people ain't got no money. Homeless people have money, y'all. If you want to know, yeah, 49 beds. Homeless people have money, y'all. Drop how if you want me to show you how homeless people got money. TikTok, y'all get the likes up. Get the likes up to at least 7K. So if you want to know how do these homeless people pay you? Like, where are you getting this money from to house these people? Drop how in the chat. I'm gonna need for y'all to interact with me today. I don't want to talk to myself. Okay. What part of New York you from? I'm from Jersey. Why you say that? I got the accent. I'm cracking up. You are built for this, Jordan. All of my students is built for this. Listen, once y'all come under my wing, nothing is impossible. Nothing is off the table for you. And why is that? Because that's how I think for myself. When you start getting around me, you're going to start talking like me. You're going to start believing just like me. Success is really a mindset game, y'all. Yes, you can invest in courses. Yes, you can buy cheap classes. But at the end of the day, if your mind is not right, it's not going to work. Y'all are paying for access to me inside my community. Yeah, I'm going to give you the wealth. I'm going to give you the tools to get wealth, but I'm going to also give you the mindset to get your mind right and help you keep that wealth and build that wealth. That's what the difference is. That's what makes me different from other teachers that's in this field that's trying to think they doing something. That's why I'm the queen. Don't let me start talking my talk, y'all. I'm really passionate. All right, so let me show you guys how homeless people get paid, right? Now, the people that I teach my students to go after, all homeless people, just because you hear the word homeless, that does not mean that they don't have money, y'all. I only teach my students is up to score your brother. Yeah, that's my part. That's my business partner. So we just team up together. We both from New Jersey. We just team up together. But yes, we are the two realists in the field to learn from. So if you would learn from anybody, learn from us too, because it's to the top. And we really been in this field since like 21. So we really got it out the mud, and we just met like last year. So um what was I saying? Okay, so let me tell you guys, just because accent and direct, listen, you already know everybody not going to be able to handle my personality, but it's okay. The girls that get it, and the ones that don't, I'm not for you. I'm only sent for a specific certain demographic of people. And sometimes my message and my delivery might be a little too raw for people, and that's okay. Go find you another coach, go find you another teacher that can speak your language. But I speak to action takers, I speak to success, to people that want success. So it's different over here. It's different over here. Yeah, we live in a soft life, but we really run a strict program on this page. We really run a strict program. So back to what I was saying. So yes, y'all, there are homeless individuals that have money. And those are the only people I teach my students to go after. I'm not teaching you guys to go after the homeless people that's holding up the street signs like this, strung out. That's not what homelessness look like anymore. Homelessness looks like the veteran, y'all. Homeless looks like the senior, the person that's coming home from prison that has no family. They burned all their bridges. Maybe all their family passed away. Homeless looks like the person that's disabled, that are living on a fixed income, but they can still live independently. That's what homeless looks like, y'all. The unhoused. Yeah, you can call it that too. You can call it that too. But those demographic of people, y'all, a lot of them, most of them receive Social Security, disability, VA benefits, and retirement. Those are the people I teach my students to go after. We are not billing insurance. We are not getting money from the state. We are not getting money from no grants. You don't need a grant to start this up. Anybody tell you need a grant, they're lying. When you are listen, I laid a foundation out for y'all in my program, in my course. I teach you who to go after where you don't need no grant. The people that we house have money. Why would you need a grant if the individuals that we have money? Plus, say, are you inside the community? What you mean you don't understand how it works? It lays it out from A to Z. So those are the people I teach my students to go after, those that have the guaranteed income, that are in need of a safe place to call home. So that's one misconception I want you guys to change your thinking. There are homeless people that have money. So if you don't remember nothing else I said today, remember there are homeless people that have money. And I teach you guys how to go into your communities and find those individuals. So that's that. Second, this is completely private pay. So what does private pay mean? So private pay means that the individuals that we house, y'all, they pay us directly. They pay us directly. You don't have to chase down this. You're not billing nobody's Medicaid, none of that. And why is that? Because in order to even bill Medicaid, in order to get paid through the state or get through a grant, you have to be licensed and certified for that, y'all. Remember, the business model that I teach you in this business is why anybody can start this field. You don't need no license, no certification, and you don't even need to go to zoning, because we are independent housing. Keep that in your mind. This is independent housing. This is not a group home. We are not regulated by anybody. We're not certified through anybody. This is you creating your own housing program. Anybody can start a housing program. So kind of think of it like an Airbnb. So when I first got started, y'all, before I got into this business, I was doing Airbnb. And then I transitioned to this. But listen, when you go get an Airbnb, right, what do they have? They have something called house rules. If you want to stay in that person's Airbnb, you got to follow their house rules. If not, they will call the police and have you escorted off the premises. It's the same concept. You are creating your own housing program, and those individuals that come into your home, they have to follow your rules. If they don't follow your rules, guess what? They hit in the road. If they don't pay the program fee, guess what? They hit in the road. And here's another thing. We are not landlords. That's where a lot of people get confused. These are not your tenants, and we are not landlords. So remember that. This is a housing program. Language is everything in this business, y'all. You have to be mindful of your language. These are not your tenants. This is your housing program, and they are participants in the program. So the same way, or they're guests of the program or guest of your home. So be careful what you are calling these people and what you have them signing. And that's another thing. In order for them to come into the housing program, guess what? They're signing house rules. We're not giving nobody leases, y'all. We are not giving out leases. So let me tell you, we are not giving out leases. That's why you have to be mindful of how you are structuring your housing program. And I've been doing this since 21. It's been working for me. And I have mentors that's in this field that are local that have been doing this way before me. So I'm not pulling this out the air, y'all. This is a proven method that's been working for ages. That's been working for ages. So that's what I'm telling y'all. When you get into this business, be in the mindset of a housing program. This is independent housing, which means the people that we house, they're independent and high functioning. So what does that mean? If a person is independent, they can take their own medication. They can go in the kitchen and make their own food. They can bathe themselves up. Those are the only people we are housing, y'all. People that need little to no care. That's why you won't need a license to run this. That's why you don't need to go to the city and say, excuse me, do I have permission to start this up? No. These are people they just need a place to lay their head. That's it. And you're going to provide them the environment. That's it. We are not giving out no medication. You don't need 24-hour care. I'm here talking to y'all, and my homes are doing their biggest one. They run by itself. I get on planes. I take my trips. Listen, I'm hardly ever home. But when I am, the houses are doing this own thing by itself. This is money that you do not have to trade your time for. This is money that you don't have to sit here and slave and punch a clock for it. The houses make the money every single month. Everybody that we house, y'all, they get paid every month. So what, we on the 6th, everybody done paid their rent already. So it's as simple as that. Imagine getting an extra 6 to 10K every single month, and you ain't had to break a sweat for it. And you ain't had to go out there and change nobody diapers. You ain't had to go out there and cook nobody no 3 meals a day. You ain't had to go out there and listen. This is independent housing. It's the new wave, y'all. If you're not in independent housing, I hate that for you. We ain't starting up group homes no more. Group homes is done up. Personal care homes is done up. Assisted livings is done up. This is the new wave because I'm taking everyday people and making them impactful CEOs through creating their own housing program. Anybody can win in this field. As long as you got the right mindset and the heart that's really for helping people, you can run it up and you can do your big one and nobody's going to stop you. Felon or no felon, felons is winning too. You could be a middle school educated person. They winning too. It don't take rocket science to tell people, oh, I'm gonna charge $750 for this bed. Give me my money on the first. It don't take a rocket science to do that. So that's what I'm telling y'all. Once you get into this business, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. So do you need a manager for the houses? You do not need a manager because they run themselves, but I'm gonna get into that a little later. Can you get started in a different state that you reside? So you can. However, you definitely want to have some type of boots on the ground. And here's the thing, y'all. This is not in the beginning phases of your business while you're building. You want to be hands-on. I'm not the type of person that's going to preach, oh, hands off, passive, passive, passive. You have to build to passive. You have to build to that. And honestly, when you're building something new, you have to be hands-on. You got to know what's going on in your business. I want to know who's coming into the housing. I want to interview this person. I want to collect the money. I want to move them in. You have to be hands-on because before you can pass it off to somebody else, you got to know what's going on. So when it comes to setting it up in another state, you definitely going to have somebody you trust that can kind of make sure if any event something goes wrong that they can get to the houses. So that's the only difference. That's the only difference. Now, to start up your housing program, you do not need to get licensed through anything or anybody. You do not have to be zoned. Your homes do not have to be inspected. So this is a regular home, y'all. Think of it like an Airbnb. Before I started this business, I was doing Airbnb. Ain't nobody come and inspect my home. I made my money in peace. Nobody's gonna bother you. As long as you keep your house safe and structured, nobody's gonna bother you. Nobody's gonna bother you. The homes run itself. The homes run itself. And the people that we house, they have an understanding that, okay, if you don't follow these rules, you're gonna get put out. So you might be saying, well, how does a person that's homeless can afford to live here? I already talked about that. So if you new here, the way we get paid is through the individuals that we house. There are homeless people that get guaranteed money. They get Social Security, disability, VA benefits, and retirement. Those are the only, and some of them work jobs. I do take some working people. So out of 49 of my beds that I have currently, I think only 4 of my people work a job. And thankfully, I have a good group of working people that pay on time and that don't give me no issues. But I do not recommend for you to fill your house up with working people. So I tell my students the blueprint in my program, the type of people you want to prefer to house. The working people is like on the bottom of my list, but I'll still take working people because I want to make sure I get my money. Um, can you rent the house? Yes. I rent all of my homes, y'all. That's another thing. You do not have to have good credit to get started in this. You can rent the houses because when I first got started, I wasn't in a position to buy a property. So I had to go out there and rent a house, and that's okay. You can rent with permission. The landlords give me full permission to sublease. And if you already have property, if you're already a landlord or a homeowner, then that's even better. You can use with what you have already. I have a judgment. Is there a way I can start past that? Absolutely. Listen, they're not checking for that. I have students that are felons, y'all. One of my students, Tony, just came home from prison last month and he rented a house. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That's why I come on here and I teach y'all this business. Anything is possible. The sky is the limit. Nothing is stopping you but your mindset. Nothing. I have felons that's in this business doing a biggest one. Anything is possible on this channel. You connect with me, there's nothing I can't have. There's nothing I can't do. And that's why I preach that to y'all until y'all could understand that. Once you start realizing that in your head, the world is your oyster, honestly. But you got to change your mindset. I don't care if you got a judgment. I don't care if you got bad credit. I don't care if you a felon. I don't care what else. I don't care if you got no money. It's always a way to get to it. Always. Nothing is off the table for you. If you want it bad enough, you can go out there and get it. You can go out there and get it. And that's just that on that. That's why you want to invest in the right mentor like myself. Because, yeah, I'm going to teach you the game, but I'm going to also pour into you. That's the part that other people, other teachers is not going to give you. Yeah, I'm going to give you the mindset and I'm going to give you the information. You can't have one without the other because half the time y'all be buying all these courses and then y'all minds don't be right. Y'all be like, oh, this ain't going to work. And then guess what? It never worked because you already put in your mind it's not going to work. You got to break that cycle. You got to break that pattern. Yes, it's going to work. Maybe all the other businesses ain't work, but okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to be serious about this one. This one going to work. And guess what? For me, this one worked. I'm financially free, y'all. I ain't got to clock into no 9 to 5. I live the life of my dreams. I get on planes and all type of stuff. I live life on my own terms. And that's what I want for all of y'all. That's what I want for all of y'all. Live life on your own terms, but you have to create a business. The business that gave me this freedom was independent housing. One house was life changing for me. 2 houses, y'all, can get you to get you over 10K months just with 2 houses. So imagine that. Some of these landlords got 100 properties and they barely making money. And guess what? I'm renting these houses. I'm renting out these houses. I'm making way more than my landlords. Don't tell them that though. Don't tell my landlords that, but they let me do what I do. They let me run my program. And that's why I teach my students how you can come in this business, how you can present your business to the landlord, and they will give you full permission to run your housing program. Because we're helping our community and we're keeping their rent paid. That's what the difference is. That's what the difference is. The bonfire said doing Uber to get that money. I'm coming lane. Period. Listen, you better come with it. One of my other students, Majesty, she was out there door dashing and Instacart and to get her program, and she definitely did it. Now, Majesty is in Arizona. Majesty got 3 houses, a single mother. Don't tell me y'all got single mothers out here out working, y'all. We got single mothers that have zero experience. She was door dashing before this. Now she got 3 houses. She said she be blowing money fast. I was cracking up when she said that. But that's how it really is. One house could be life changing, y'all. And what I teach my students is you want to set your one house up and then rinse and repeat. Open up your second house. Open up your third house. I don't know what your freedom number is in this chat. Some people, they freedom number may be 10K a month. Everybody in the chat, drop down how much money you would like to make monthly. Is that 10K a month? Is that 20K a month? Is that 30K a month? Let's make some confessions in the chat. So drop in the chat what you see for yourself monthly. All right, we got 10K in the chat. How much y'all want to make? I'm gonna need for y'all to make some confessions. We got 15K in the chat, 20K in the chat, 30K in the chat, 10K a month. That's attainable. 20K, that's attainable. 10K a month, 8K, 15K. 80K a month. All right, listen, we shooting high. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. All right, 40K a month. Okay, Renee, I know that's right. 10K plus. Okay. Listen, all the numbers that y'all name, that is attainable for you. But you have to find a business or a vehicle to get to that. My vehicle, y'all, was housing. Independent housing was my vehicle. I make over 10K months. But you got to start somewhere. Just join, sis. What's the T? I'm cracking up. The T is we getting paid to house the homeless. That's the T, sis. We clocking that T. We getting paid to change laws around here. That's the real T. Without having no license, no zoning, no certification. You ain't even got to own the house. That's the T. That's what's really T. The T is anybody can do this. The T is you can be a felon too. We clocking them T's. You can have bad credit. Let's clock that T. What else? What else, y'all? You can have bad credit. You ain't got to own the house. Let's clock that T. That part. That part. Anybody can come in this business and thrive. We really get paid to help change lives. And that's what I love for me. And that's what I want for y'all. You ain't got to clock into no 9 to 5. You can build something that you could be proud of, that impact your community and make you financially free. And that's what I come on here and teach y'all. The new wave is independent housing, y'all. We ain't doing group homes anymore. That's done up. Let me get in here and learn this. And listen, y'all. Number one, we ain't doing group homes anymore. That's done up. So that word is banned in my chat. We ain't doing no group home. We ain't doing no personal care home. This the new wave. Independent housing. Independent housing is a new wave, y'all. We really setting trends around here. We really changing the trajectory of housing. Before, back in the day, it was some old ladies that was doing the boarding rooms, the room, whatever you want to call it. This the new wave. We lit, we young, we turn, and we financially free, and we impacting our community. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So yeah, this the page for you. If you ready to get paid for your purpose, if you want to get paid to change lives, you need to be starting you a housing program, y'all. That's the T. That's really the T. Y'all got me being goofy today. I'm cracking up. I am cracking up. So the bundle is currently discounted, y'all. Y'all know my prices went up because the success rates of my students is endless. But yeah, the bundle is already discounted. So back to what I was saying, y'all. I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. By the bed. So what is by the bed? That means we get a minimum of 2 people into one room. I don't teach you guys to rent out private rooms. I don't teach you guys to put your rooms on FB Marketplace. I don't teach you to put your rooms on Pad Split. You don't need to do that. The demographic that we serve, y'all, they are willing to share a room. And the way that I teach you guys, the more people you can house, the more money you can make, the more impact you can make. But I'm not telling y'all to stack people up like roaches. I'm not telling y'all to do that because I don't do bunk beds. I do twin beds and I put 2 people in one room minimum. However, I do have one house where I got 4 beds in one room, but it's super spacious. It's not no weird type of situation. So make sure that when you coming into this business, yes, we are about getting our money, but still move with decency at the same time. still move with decency. So I teach you guys how to do this the right way, move with integrity, how to build sustainable businesses that'll last a long time. This is not a get rich quick. We doing things the right way, y'all, because we want our business to last. I've been doing this since 21. And this is proof that I built a sustainable business. I have six houses, 49 beds. I rent all six properties with permission. The landlords, they know what I do and they love what I do. So now I get on here and I teach you guys how you can set these up in your cities and your states with no license needed, no zoning, no certification, and you don't even need to own a property. I rent all my properties. Now, if you own your house already, that's even better. Start what you have. If you're a landlord, that's amazing. Start with your own inventory. I'm gonna give y'all a house tour later today. I'm gonna go to one of my houses later today. So yeah. So everybody drop your city in the chat. I'm gonna let you guys know what bed price is being charged for that area. For my area, I'm based in Metro Atlanta. My bed rate, I charge $750 a month for a shared bed. Atlanta, so yeah, Atlanta is $750. Delaware, that's about $800, $850. New York City is kind of hard because it's high out there. North Carolina, the bed price is about seven. My students charge about 700 a month for Orlando. I would say Orlando, 850 a month. They charging out there. It's going fast. Ohio, maybe I think Ohio is 650 a month. They charging. Cali, they charge starting at 950 a month. 950 to 1,000. It just depends. All right. Who else we got in the chat? I'm trying to get y'all idea of the bed price that we charge in the Indiana. I believe I got students in Indiana. I believe they charging seven. Where my Indiana students at? Oh, I gotta look. Virginia, they charge about 700, 650 to 700 per bed. Dallas like 725, 750. So yeah, y'all. Let me say this: bed price is going to vary, right? And it's going to vary based on your area that you're located, which is like the cost of living, and it's going to based on what the individuals that you house can afford. So let me give you guys some perspective, right? So I'm based in Atlanta. Most of my people that I house, they get like $943 a month, right? I charge 750. It might sound crazy, right? It's like, okay, you taking a whole check. No, because in that bed price, we include the utilities. It's fully furnished, it's comfortable. They don't have to think about nothing. All you gotta do is bring their clothes in. That's it. Oh, and we don't provide food. So they provide their own food. So that's another thing. In independent housing, our job as the housing provider is to provide a safe and structured living environment for these people to call home. And that's really it. So typically, I give them a bed. I fully furnish the house. Everything is there for them. And they just bring their clothes and everything is there. Simple as that. So that's what we are charging in that bed price. So you don't have to give nobody 3 meals a day. You don't have to bathe nobody up. You don't have to give out medications, none of that stuff. All you have to do is provide them a safe, structured place to go home. You don't even need to have 24-hour staff. Because listen, y'all, these are independent people we're housing. We're not housing people that's bedbound. We're not housing people that need 24-hour care. If they need all of that, they need to be in somebody's group home. They need to be in somebody's personal care home. So yeah. Listen, that is enough money for my people. What they left with, they do a lot of half of them get food stamps. Half of them, they get all the stuff through their insurance. That's good money for them. And listen, they don't complain. My people don't complain. Yeah. They pay 750 and they don't complain. Half them old people ain't got no real bills. No way. What, they got a cell phone? Half their cell phones be the Obama phone. They ain't paying no cell phone bill. They don't have cars. They don't have car insurance. This is not like me and you. We taking trips once a month. We going here. We getting our hair done. They don't do all of that. The demographics that I house, y'all, these are seniors. These are people that are veterans. These are people that are disabled but can live independently. They're not out here living lavish. They old. They just want to sit down somewhere. They want to watch TV. They want to go to their day program. They want to go play bingo. They're not trying to do all of that. $200 is more than enough. Them nursing homes be leaving them with $40. If that. So that's doing overly good. They overly balling out in my houses. Do you need a cleaning crew? No, they clean after themselves. They clean after themselves. But yeah, listen, we doing them a service. We're providing them a safe, comfortable place to call home, and they love it here. When I tell y'all, my people love it. My people love it there. I got one of my veterans. His name Mr. Randy. Mr. Randy paid his rent up 6 months, y'all. He paid his rent up 6 months, and he said the only way he leaving is if it's in a body bag. He said he passing away in that bed. That's the type of environments we create for our people. We talking real impact. We talking really changing lives out here through safe housing. This is what I teach my students, how to set these up in their cities and their states. So that's what the difference is, y'all. We really making a difference in the lives of these individuals, because if it's not for housing programs like us, the people that we house, they would be either on the streets or they would be in a shelter. There's no in between. There's really no in between. That's why places like us are needed. And I'm only in Atlanta, y'all. I can't house everybody. That's why I have students all throughout the US. I got students in Florida, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Cali, Delaware, PA, New York. I got students everywhere because homelessness is everywhere, y'all. You might be thinking, well, how can I do this in this city? Listen, if you got a homeless population in your city, you can do this for sure. You definitely can, because those are the individuals that we target. However, they have to have income. That's the catch, y'all. They are homeless with income. So I want y'all to change y'all view on homelessness. Just because you hear the word homeless do not mean that they don't have money, because they do. So I teach my students how to find these individuals in their cities, in their states, that have guaranteed income, that are in need of a safe place to call home. I also teach my students how to find landlords and property management companies that'll give them full permission to rent their property to run their housing program, y'all. That's definitely a thing. We are not doing nothing funny. We're not doing no weird business under the table. Like, the landlords, they know what we do and they love what we do. So I teach my students the exact script of what to tell these landlords, what to tell these property management companies. So they will give you a yes to run your housing program in these homes. And I also teach my students how to set up their houses where the house will run itself. You don't have to be there every day. I live my life, y'all. In the beginning, I was really hands-on, but now it's to the point where some of my houses don't see me in months. However, I still be lurking at them through the cameras, because I do have cameras in my properties. But other than that, they don't really be seeing me like that. I be living my life. I live my life, and I have people in place, and I have systems in place where my houses can run without my presence. And that's how I teach my students how to set these up where you can you can have your time back. You don't have to sit here and slave over at a desk, chained to a desk at a computer all day, miserable with coworkers as gossiping, trying to get in your business. This ain't that. This is real freedom. I really want y'all to understand you can have financial freedom and you can have time freedom, but you have to create a business. And the business that gave me the freedom was independent housing. And this is what I teach y'all: how to start your own housing program. Anybody can start a housing program, y'all. Some people call this independent living. Some people call this co-living, shared housing. It's all the same concept. We are offering safe and structured housing to individuals in need. And that's what the difference is. So we really getting paid to impact our community and provide safe housing. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. However, I will not be teaching this forever, y'all. I'm gonna start taking my programs down soon, because I have other businesses that I'm building offline that you guys know nothing about, and you probably will never know about unless I feel led to share with y'all. But I will not be taking students anymore in a little bit. So, however, I can open up some spots for students if enough people want to become a student. So I can open, let me see how many. So if y'all want to become a student, if you want to learn from the queen, the realest in the field, the one that's really out here doing it, that's really showing y'all how to get paid for your purpose, drop student in the chat. If you want me to open up spots to become a student, drop student in the chat, and I'll open up some spots. And just know that once you become a student of mine, it comes with ongoing mentorship through our exclusive FB community, where we have free monthly meetups. So where even after you become a student, you can attend the free meetups and get the support that you need on your journey. And we actually just had a meetup last night, and it went really, really great. So yes. So if I see enough students in the chat, I will definitely be opening up some spots for students. And the best way to become a student, y'all, you have to either invest in my bundle. So the bundle comes with the replay, which is almost 3 hours long, me teaching you guys from A to Z. So pretty much I go in detail. Everything that I teach you guys about, I teach you how to find the people, how to price your beds, how to find the landlords, what to say to the in your community to build a list of people to get into your homes. So everything that you need to know, I break it down inside of that replay that's almost 3 hours long. And you get access to the replay for life. It never expires. It never expires. So you can watch it 1,000 times. Nobody's gonna take it from you. Nobody's going to take it from you. You can go at your own pace. I've had one student where she didn't open it up till a month later and she started on her journey. So that's the beauty of investing in the replay or investing in the bundle. And the bundle comes with the documents that we use for our housing program. So remember, I told you guys, we are not traditional landlords. We are a housing program, which means that we do not give out leases. We do not give out background checks and things like that. We screen in other ways, and the documents that are included in the bundle, that is what you're going to need to run a smooth housing program. So those are all the documents that I use to run my housing program. And that is what's going to pretty much help you on your journey. However, if you just want to get the replay, you can do that as well. The replay is still going to walk you through everything. So let me show you guys. Let me open up some spots. And currently, my rates are discounted only while I'm on this live, because when I get off, the price is going to go back up. So let me link it inside of this. And I'm going to say this, y'all. I'm going to set a timer because I'm taking it out when I get off of here, because I got to go to one of the houses. I'm going to probably be back later. Once I come back, I'm going to take it off my bio. So I'm only accepting a few students. And let me see, hold on. Are you able to go over the documents included? Yes. So I break down the documents. So once you join the community, I can break down the documents for you. So once you invest in your replay or your bundle, you get access to our exclusive community where you get your ongoing support. That's where you're going to ask your questions, not inside my DM. So that's why I want you guys to join the community, because you can get endless support, endless support. And I'll touch on the documents inside the community. So let me show you guys how to become a student, because I'm taking it down. I'm about to get off here in 5 minutes. So I gotta go. I have a meeting at 4:00. I gotta get out of here. How long is you getting? Ava, are you in the community? Ava? Because you need to be plugged into the community. Hold on, let me set my timer, because listen, y'all, I'm taking this out when I get off of here. Hold on. Where is my clock at? I'm on a different phone today. Hey Siri, set alarm for 5 minutes. All right, timer is set. So the community is my community of students. So the only way to join my community, you have to become a student. And the way to become a student, you will have to invest in my bundle or the replay. That's what's going to give you access to me inside of the community. So for those that are on TikTok, let me show you guys how to become a student. So what you're going to do, you're going to click on my profile. I'm coming to FB and YouTube in a second, but you're going to click on my profile right up there, and it's going to bring you to another screen with my page. And then you're going to click on my profile again. And once you click on my profile, let me show you. Once you click on my profile, you're going to click on STAN right here. And it's already discounted. I just put the discount while I'm on live. So the bundle or the actual replay, that's what's going to give you access to become a student or join my community. Or if you purchase a ticket to Tampa, you will definitely become a student as well. But that's how you become a student. I missed a live. I might be back later. I got to go to one of the houses. I got to handle some business. So I might bring y'all to work with me, because I know y'all like being nosy. So I'll probably bring y'all to work with me a little later today. But the timer is set. Let me show. The community is super helpful too. Period, Destiny. Talk to them. And I have students all over the US, y'all, that's up and running doing their biggest one. Nurse said I already purchased the replay, so how to become a student. Okay, so let me show everybody that's taking action, that's doing their biggest one, that's investing themselves. Congratulations to all my action takers. So let me show you guys how to join the community. It's on FB. You have to physically request it. It's called Independent Housing Community. And then once you click on it, you have to answer the questions. You have to put the email you purchased with to be approved. So the only way to have access to me, my network, my students, you have to invest in yourself through either getting a bundle or the replay. And then you'll have access to this community where we have ongoing support. We have free monthly meetups. So last night we just had a meetup. We was on there for like 2 hours answering questions, pouring back into our students. So this is a community that you get access to once you invest in the replay. And I'm only taking a few more people. I already done it as well. My sister, I just can't. Yeah, well, nurse, you're gonna have to put that inside the group. We can't help you on the live platform. It's only so much I can say on these live platforms. You're gonna have to ask your questions in the community, engage the community. And we actually had was you on the meetup last night? Because that's where you really should have asked that. That's where you really should have asked that. So I own my own house. Yeah. So let me show on YouTube for you guys that want to become a student. I only have a few spots left. You're going to click the drop down inside of this description and it's going to say STANSTORE. Click on that and get your bundle. And that is what's going to give you access into the community. And listen, y'all, we do have Klarna and Afterpay. We have Klarna and Afterpay where it'll break it down into payment plans for you. So you don't have to pay the whole thing today. You can break it down into installments. And one of my top students, her name is Majesty. She's a single mother. She used Klarna, y'all. She used Klarna to purchase her bundle. And guess what? Majesty is in Arizona. She got 3 houses and she up and running. And she doing her biggest one. She don't got a DoorDash no more because she invested in the replay. She took action. And now the sky is the limit. That's why I tell y'all, you want to get to 10K months, you have to build something. You can't clock in and think you're going to get 10K months. You have to build something outside of your 9 to 5 that can make money without you being there. And for me, it was a housing program. That's why I teach you guys. Start you a housing program. Invest in yourself. Stay down for your come up. Do the work. Join my community. Become a student because it's to the top every single time. I do nothing but birth success stories. I create winners. Anyone that's attached to me is automatically winning. And half the people that y'all see on here, they are winning because they are part of my community. They were part of my students. So success leaves clues, but you got to bet on yourself. You got to bet on yourself and go all in on you and build something impactful that can change your life at the same time. And housing, y'all, is something that's never going out of business because people are going to always need a place to call home. There's always going to be seniors that need somewhere to go. There's always going to be veterans that need somewhere to go. Are you going to take out the replay? Yes, I am. I'm not going to be teaching forever, y'all. I'm not playing. Like, that's why when I tell you, when I present my programs to y'all better get to it because I'm going to snatch this stuff down. I really am. And the link is posted here on FB. So for anybody on FB that want to become a student, listen, where my timer at? We got 30 seconds left. After 30 seconds, I'm taking it off. But everything is already discounted. No discount code needed. You can use Klarna. Oh, that's the timer. Is there anybody left that want to get the replay or the bundle that need help getting it? Say help. That's if you need me to show you where to get it. Because I got to go in like 2 minutes, y'all. Can you wait till next week, please? I don't know. Yes. I'll see how I'm feeling when I wake up next week. But we have Klarna and Afterpay. Listen, we spend $17 on BS. We spent $17 on BS. Somebody said I need the forms. If enough people want me to put the forms on sale, I can put the forms on sale. If you want me to put the forms on sale, drop forms in the chat. Drop forms in the chat if you want me to put a sale on the forms. Because some of my students, they want forms. Same here. I'm like, wait till next week. I'm cracking up. All right. Do we have anybody that want forms? I only see one person. Listen, if it's just one person, I ain't about to put the forms on sale. Destiny not playing with y'all. Destiny not playing with y'all. Hold on. She said, Destiny said, not too much. All right, let me put the forms on sale. I use Klarna for the bundle. Shout out to you, Pussy. Shout out to you. Big shout out to you. That part. So yes, Klarna and Afterpay, y'all, is going to be your best friend because that's what Majesty used. And that's why I love using her example because that is so real. It be so real. Sometimes you're going to have to use the payment plan to bet on yourself and go after your dreams. And then you have to run it up. Majesty had no choice but to be successful because she invested using the Klarna. She said, I'm going to figure this out. I don't care what we talking about. And this is another funny story, y'all, about Majesty. Let me tell y'all this. Majesty is a single mother, right? And she's the epitome of get it by any means, because Majesty started her housing program in her own house. A lot of y'all is not willing to do that. Some of y'all be acting like, well, I don't want to do this. I don't. Sometimes you're gonna have to do things for your dream. I promise y'all. You're gonna have to do things for your dream if you want to be successful. So hold on, y'all. Let me put these forms on sale. Okay, so the forms are currently on sale for all my students in the chat that want to get invest in the forms separately. The forms are on sale right now, y'all. Klarna and Afterpay. So let me get back to the story about Majesty, right? So this is what I tell y'all. You can start with little to no money. We got people that start with their own house. Majesty started with her own spare bedrooms. And she had her kids up in there. I know it might sound crazy, but there's always a way. There's always a method to the madness. Majesty put her kids in the room with her, and she rented out the other rooms by the bed. Like I teach you guys in the replay, in the bundle. She did it by the bed. And guess what? She generated enough money from bringing those people into her house where she was able to get a second house, a house strictly for that. So that's a free game that I'm giving y'all. That's some free game right there. That's me giving y'all a free game. That's why you want to join my community, become a student, invest in the replay, invest in the bundle, because you really can turn it around for yourself. You don't even have to wait on the landlords to tell you yes. Start with the house that you live in. Honestly, yes. The form should be on sale. Y'all don't see the forms? How do you purchase, Alicia? So it's linked here in this live stream. It should be linked here. I just put the forms on sale. It's in my STANSTORE. So if you click on the LINK, it should come right up. It's like the fourth one or the third one in the lineup. So yes, listen, being nervous, that's normal. Anytime you do something new in life, you're gonna have nerves. Y'all think I don't be nervous when I get on these platforms and talk to y'all? That's nervous too, but you have to push past that. You have to push past that. And I always tell people, even once my students get into the community, can y'all see the forms? Is the forms up? Let me see. Natasha, if you got the forms, it should come straight to your email. So for everybody, yeah, the forms is up, y'all. The forms is on sale right now and they up. You better take advantage because y'all know I don't like to put those on sale. That's why I tell y'all to get the bundle, because you're going to get the best bang for your buck through the bundle. Is there a way to have a one-on-one for a few minutes? Inside the FB community, I go live sometimes in there, and then we have our monthly meetups. That's how you get unless you want to pay for a coaching call. Do the forms come with a bundle? Yes. That's why I tell y'all to invest in a bundle, because the bundle is the best bang for your buck. Goes right to your email. Already got my links. Huh? What you mean, Dan? What do you mean it goes right to my email? Oh, you telling them. Yeah, y'all. So once you check out, it goes right to your email. It goes right to your email. So make sure you guys put the right email in. Jordan, let's look. It's the third one. Once you click on the drop down, it's the third one right here. Look. They right here on sale. And a quick commercial break, y'all. I don't know if I have anybody in the chat that's in Florida, but I will be in Tampa March 28th. We're going to be building housing programs by the water, and I want to see y'all there. Get into the room, because all my in-person events be selling out, y'all. It's such a vibe. So it's going to be a vibe. We're going to be by the water, and we're going to be actually doing actionable strategies for y'all to build your housing program in person. Yeah, I teach you from A to Z inside the bundle, inside the replay, but it's different when you get into the rooms, y'all. You get to pull me to the side, ask me questions, whatever. Energy is contagious. You definitely want to get in the room. You might meet your business bestie. You never know. You do not have to own a property. Yes, son said, how do I make payments? So listen, when you click on whatever you want to purchase, you're going to click on it, right? You're going to scroll all the way down, and right where it says this drop down button is going to say Klarna or Afterpay. So you're going to click the drop down at checkout. So at checkout, next to where it says BANK, bank, you're going to click that drop down arrow, and it should give you an opportunity to use Klarna or Afterpay. And that's how you can break it down into payment plans. But yeah, y'all, I'm going to be in Tampa March 28th. It's going to be a vibe. We are going to be building housing programs by the water. It's going to be such an experience. I love to create experiences for y'all. So definitely do not miss out on that event. It's gonna sell out. I already know because Raleigh sold out. We did Charlotte. Charlotte sold out. We did Atlanta. Atlanta sold out. So that's why I tell y'all get into these rooms because real transformation happens inside the rooms. So to get the ticket for Tampa is it's in my bio as well. So it's in that same LINK. It says Tampa meetup. Let me show you what it looks like. But Tampa, hold on. Wait, what the heck is going on? So yeah, Tampa is the last one in my STORE. But Tampa is gonna be a vibe, y'all. I don't know when I'm gonna do another Atlanta one. So that's why y'all gotta catch these cities when I come into. I'm only coming to select cities. I'm not gonna be in these little small hick towns, y'all. I am not coming to no small hick town. It's gonna be major cities only. And Tampa just ended up. I love Tampa. I love Florida. So I had to put it on the list. And then after Florida, I think we're gonna be coming to the West Coast. We're gonna be coming to the West Coast. So I'm on tour this year. So make sure you meet me there. The vibe, the energy is different in person. I know y'all feel my energy through the screen, but in person is next level. So I love creating experiences for y'all. So make sure y'all come out to these in-person events. It's gonna be next level. And then back to what I was saying. So we had our last event was in Raleigh, right? Come to Arizona, I can set up for you. DM me, Monique. You got an event space or something? Yeah. And if you want to bring me out to your city, inbox me. But y'all gonna have to. We're gonna have to see how it's gonna be beneficial, and we got to have to make sure that the spot is not crazy, y'all. So just inbox me if you want me to come to your city and you have like an event space that you want to use for us to use your event space. Just inbox me. And yes, the forms are on sale right now. I gotta go in like 2 minutes. I keep saying that, but I really gotta go. But that's the beauty of being a boss. You can call your own shots. So who gonna check me? I told my house manager, I said I'm gonna be there today. I don't know what time, but I really gotta go. Would Detroit be a city? If Detroit, if y'all have a space for me or something, like I don't know, but the demand definitely has to be there. Yes, said girl, I just bought it. Shout out to you, yes. Yes, doing it. Yes, doing her big one. But yeah, DMV, I don't know. So I'm only gonna go to where my demand is high. So if I don't have like a big demand there, I'm like, nah. But yeah, y'all gonna have to show out because I could talk to 40 people on the live stream. I'm not about to come out and only I'm looking at 30 people. Like that's a waste of my time. I could have stayed home for that. Like I really could have stayed home for that. So I like rooms to be packed out. If it ain't at least 80 to 100 people, I could stay home because I could talk to y'all and for free by hooking up my phones. So y'all got to make it make sense. If I'm stepping out my house, I gotta be worth it. It gotta be worth it for real. In the replay, do you house people coming home from prison? So I have a separate replay for that, but it's still the same. It's still the same concept, yes. But I have a separate replay where I talk about housing prison population because it can be a little bit more tricky. I would say starting out, here's my tip for people coming home from prison because I know it's a lot of misinformation on the internet. The only thing with housing people from prison, I wouldn't fill my house up with them just starting out. You have to you have to find a way to get some payment. Them people coming home from prison, they don't have money right away. So it's not a smart thing to just primarily target them. So you're gonna have to kind of I go in that in the replay. I'll go over that in the replay. So you just want to I teach you guys like we still business owner, we still business minded at the end of the day. It gotta make sense. This is not charity work. I always say that when I come live. I say, yeah, this is not a charity. We get paid for what we do. So it has to make sense. Uh, the government pays you 1,500 a month for a felony. What government do that, area? So, and then that method that you speaking of, you more than likely gonna have to be licensed, zoned, or certified. I teach people how to get into this business without having to go through the red tape, without having to be licensed, zoned, and certified. So we bypass all of that because the moment you have to be licensed, zoned, or certified, now you start disqualifying certain people from starting this business up, like felons. Like, because I have students that are felons. You start disqualifying people because everybody's not going to be able to pass background checks. I'm really putting people in position to win by starting a business that you need no certification for. That's why my model of teaching is different than these people that's telling you, oh, get 1,500 a bed because you got to be licensed for that. This model that I teach y'all, anybody can come in here and win. You don't have to be licensed. You don't have to be zoned. You don't have to be certified. I'm taking everyday people and making them impactful earners, impactful CEOs, and we really running it up. We really becoming financially free, making over 10K months. So that's what the difference is. Now, when people start talking at 1,500, 1,200, you're going to have to go through background checks. You're going to have to be zoned, licensed, certified. This ain't that. This ain't that. So I'm really here for the people. I'm really for the people. I really want to see people win. Long as you that's why I say to y'all, as long as you got a business mindset and a heart to want to help people, you can thrive without all the BS, with all the red tape. Anybody that's throwing numbers like that is nothing but cap. Everybody's not going to be able to attain that. I bring attainable businesses for y'all. Anybody can win in this business. And that's why I be so passionate. I'm not yelling at y'all. I'm just passionate, and I want people to wake up and stop chasing money. When you chase purpose, you chase impact, the money is going to come every single time. I'm not money driven. Some of y'all will pass up a $1,500. Some of y'all will pass up a $750 client because you chasing $1,500. Why? Make it make sense. These people is telling y'all cap on this internet, and y'all falling for it because y'all want free money. Y'all want easy money. Ain't nothing easy. Ain't nothing that simple. And I just be real. And that's why I pride myself in being a realist in this field. Me and Jay Rich, the realist in the field. And that's why I don't have a problem giving it to y'all real, raw, and uncut. Because a lot of that stuff, it just be capped for marketing. There's no way a felon can come in here and start this business and get $1,500 per bed, because more than likely that housing program, you have to be licensed. You got to go through a bunch of screenings. The method that I teach my students, the method that I come on here and explain to you guys, anybody can do this. You can be an elementary school educated person. You ain't got to be nobody special. You could be somebody on a fixed income and start this up. Now, the things that you talking about with $1,500 per bed, $1,200 per bed, oh, they're going to put you through some loops and hoops and tricks to get to that money. I'm talking money that is effortless. Money that is private pay is coming directly to us. We're not having to bend over backwards and get inspected and be scared that they're going to come lock us up because we ain't do right by the money. This is our money. This is private pay. Private pay. Who going to check me? Nobody. That part. So that's what the T is. That's the T, y'all. The T is that you don't have to be zoned. You don't got to be licensed. You ain't got to be certified. Anybody can come in this business and win. But do you want it bad enough? Are you willing to put in the work? If not, go through the licensing and be doing that for 4 years and see if it even get off the ground. But I'm taking everyday people and turning them into impactful CEOs. That's the mission on this channel. That's the mission on this page. Everyday people. Everyday people is not able to go start a group home. Everyday people is not able to go start a personal care home. Make it make sense. This is something that anybody can win in. Y'all better get on. All right, I gotta go. So if you want to invest in yourself, become a student, learn from the realest in the field, learn from the queen, go get my bundle. It'll walk you from A to Z how to set this up in any city in any state. It teaches you how to find clients that are in need of safe housing, that have guaranteed income. And it also teaches you how to find private landlords and property management companies that allow you to do this in rentals if you do not have access to property. Anybody can win, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Thank you guys for tuning in. I have to go to one of my houses. I might be back on later. If you don't follow me already. Go subscribe to my YouTube, Lane Lavish on YouTube, Lane Lavish on TikTok, Lane Ash on FB. And here's the thing. I only have one page, y'all. I will never DM you first. There's a lot of fake pages going around of me on TikTok. I will never follow you and message you first. I don't need to ask nobody for money, so do not get scammed, please. Please use your discernment and do not get scammed out here in these streets. And even with the other, listen, who gonna check me, Lynn? Ain't nobody clocking my tea. I take pride. That's why I love being a boss. You can never clock my tea. That's why I teach women to get their own money. You can never clock my tea. I know how to go out here and get it for myself. Anything a man do is extra. So who gonna clock it? Nobody. Ain't nobody clocking it. I got this. So yeah. But do not get scammed out here in these internet streets. It's a lot of cap on the internet. Please use your spirit of discernment. We all have discernment. So I know I do. I know I could look at somebody and I could tell when something is BS. So use your discernment, invest in the realist because it's to the top for me and my students every single time. Success leave clues, and me and mine is popping out all over the US. I got students all over doing their biggest one, becoming financially free, impacting their communities, and living the life of their dreams. So thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you later.